And welcome again to my YouTube channel where I make videos basically documenting my struggle with anxiety and how I use exposure response intervention therapy, as well as using something called a thought record to help me better manage my anxiety. So my anxiety, is, I've said in many of the videos, is basically, the first one is choking phobia and the other one is social anxiety. Choking phobia seems to be the most prevalent right now, even though there are times where I do sometimes think people are judging me and whatnot. So the basic method of doing this video is I'm going to rate my anxiety before I do the exposure, which in this case would be eating. Then I would do the exposure, which is eating. Then I would rate my anxiety afterwards of how much I thought I was going to choke on food, like what I think after I've eaten, what my anxiety level is of choking on food. So let's start with my anxiety, and I'll also be writing down thoughts, which I will then share with you after I've done the exposure. So before, my anxiety level, on a scale of 1 to 100 of choking on food, um, choking on food, I don't know, I'm gonna put, I don't think, yeah, like 5. I think 5 seems right. I'm gonna do the exposure. If you guys get bored, I have some The Amazing Race in the background. choke. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get my thoughts in order here. I don't really like to talk when I'm in my exposure. Okay, so I was kind of sick yesterday. My ulcer. Well, not ulcer. I don't have an ulcer, but I have gastroesophageal reflux disease, or GERD. And it was really, really bad yesterday, so I was like vomiting and stuff. So I don't know if I'm gonna eat anymore, just to kind of, you know, settle my stomach. At the same time, I know I should because I'm hungry, but I ate twice yesterday. So I think it'll balance out since I've only eaten once today, which will mean this. Okay, so now we're gonna do, let's talk about my thoughts. Usually I do this in my car, because the smoke. So let's get on that. Just stand by for about a couple minutes, and I'll be in my car. Just one second. I'll finish up my thoughts. I didn't even go out yesterday because I was so like bedridden, so tired. Okay, guys, here we are again. Excuse, pardon the interruption. I just didn't want to make a part 2 just so I could. Plus, YouTube's messing up. I was gonna make a part 2 and then you'll just see me in my car. It's just, I don't even like. It's kind of like YouTube isn't really helping me out that way because I want to do the videos in a certain time and I want to be able to upload anytime I want. But for some reason, if I upload this video, I can't make another video until that one's been uploaded. I have to use the YouTube app. It's really annoying. I don't understand exactly what's happening, but oh, my lips. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to use that as a mirror. Anyway, that's that. Let's get into the thoughts. And images. So, what we have here is so September 29th, 2018, my exposure and prevention thoughts and images. My anxiety before doing the exposure was 5, my anxiety after doing the exposure was 5. So you're thinking, well, what's the point of doing that? Well, hey, I'd rather have 5 anxiety rather than 100 anxiety or 9 anxiety or 87 anxiety or 70, you know what I mean? So I'd have it under 10, preferably. You know, if you're having under 10, it goes to 15, you got to really think about yourself. What are you doing wrong, right? To catch that, it should be around 10 to 5, right? That's I think our ideal. I've had 0 sometimes, but 10 to 5 is the norm. Next thought. I know you guys get bored. Alright, so I said in the beginning of the video, before I was even going to do the exposure, I said, I know you guys get bored, so I have the Amazing Race on, right? And then a thought came to my head, is that a response I want to, avoid? Like, because I'm assuming I'm going to finish the eating. But wait, now it just clicked to me. It's actually not a response I want to avoid. It's actually positive thinking. Because you're thinking positive. You're like, yep, I'm going to do my exposure. And then if you guys get bored watching me eat, look, you can watch TV. You know what I mean? Like, I thought for some reason it meant like, oh, you know, I'm being somehow like more anxious, or more like not helping my anxiety, because I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to eat. And then like, almost like felt ashamed. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that thought, but I know it's not a response I want to prevent. Like, I know it's not one of those things, so I don't really care. I don't know what that thought really means. I just want to do these fast, though, honestly. I just don't want to get these videos done and over with, because some days it's really hard to make them. Next thought is university. Yeah, university. That's it, right? Or university. Like, somehow people who are in university have some fundamental link, some fundamental way of speaking to each other. Like, you went to university, so did I. You have this like shared experience of what you went through, whatever it could be: late nights, the food, the gain weight, the girls, the guys, you know what I mean, the drinks, the teachers, the homework, all these things, right? Next thought. My dad. And then after that, it was an image. It was an image of his face. Then it was an image of his face with a gray beard, like a really gray. Okay, so a bee just came in here, and that's why I don't like my car this way when I smoke. So we're gonna stop the thoughts, and we're gonna see what happened. Was yesterday some people came over because my stepmom basically came back from a trip, and I was sick, right? So I went to the store to get some Coke and some food to eat, to just kind of rest. When I come back, my parking spot is taken. I don't have time. I just puked twice that day. And every time I move, I feel like I'm gonna puke again, and I'm nauseous as hell, right? And yeah, I'm damn angry about this. And so I go to my parking spot, and I think, okay, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for someone to how you could say, I don't have time for someone to, call them and be like, hi, how are you doing? Can you please move your car from my thing, while I puke on your shoes? You know what I mean? So I just parked my car almost basically like behind his car, and it was kind of hitting the sidewalk. So I assumed someone was going to change it, because it wasn't my fault that the spot was taken. Someone did change it. I think it was my father. The only problem is he doesn't realize I don't like parking that way, because there's freaking insects and bugs here. I'm trying to have a cigarette. So, okay, I think the rant's done there. Moving on. Where were we? Right, my dad with a beard. Gray beard. Not sure why I have that image. Then it kind of flowed to this next image of Grandma and Grandpa's house. Relaxed during exposures. So then I had this thought. Then I had this thought before Grandma and Grandpa's house. I had this thought, I need to be relaxed during exposures. Came back to the thought that I had kind of like this mini kind of, not even argument, but just like not a good, say, relationship time, or conversation is a word that people use, with my father before the exposure. It was just we had a mini argument in a way. Not a mini argument, it was just, I could have been more relaxed. And I think I need to start not taking phone calls before my exposure, so I can kind of be with the exposure and be relaxed and not to deal with the world until I've done my exposure. So I mean, then the next thought was my grandma's house. Like the outside, there's like a front door, there's like a stairs up, and there's two chairs. And I saw it on Google Maps yesterday, so maybe that's where it came from. Next thought, God help me, referring to quitting weed and cigarettes. I really want to quit these and the weed. It's horrible for me. I don't know how to quit it though. I know I can, but you gotta break it down to parts. First thing you need to do is get some sort of gum and a spray. If you get a gum and a spray, you got the cigarettes down pat. Once you got the cigarettes, the weed, to be honest, I don't know if I ever can stop smoking weed. Even though I think it's not a smart thing to do. Eventually, I think long term I can quit weed. It's just that I noticed with my OCPD, the weed really helps. I'm not gonna lie. It also helps me feel good, like drinking a beer. Having said, it also helps with like just how I feel sometimes, like so detailed, so or rigid. When I smoke weed, I get less rigid. I get more like mindful. Because I use rigidity as a way to not be mindful. I say if I'm the best Muslim in the world, I don't have to practice my exposure. But the sad truth is, you have to do both. You have to be like the best Muslim in the world and practice my exposure, which is what I think. It's hard for me to think I can be anything less than the best Muslim in the world. It's really hard for me to actually like deal with that and be like, okay, it's okay to make a mistake and, you know, for example, do things that wouldn't qualify you to be as the best Muslim in the world. It's really hard for me to actually deal with those thoughts, because it's really, really hard. I want to be the best one. I want to be the best. I want to be the best all the time. It's my OCPD, and it's really hard to differentiate. Like, it's really, really hard. I'm telling you, it's really, really hard as a Muslim to try to be gay, right? And also try to be like someone to be the best Muslim in the world. I know that's a thought I need to kind of deal with and to relax, and that's kind of why I smoke weed, to kind of like let that thought kind of, you know, just exit. I feel it here in my chest. I can feel like these like things that need to be like, you know, like they're all like in a certain way. If you mess them up, it's like you're gonna mess up everything. I think that's like some sort of black and white thinking. Next thought. I will choke, right? I'll always have it. Always have it. Right? That's the whole reason I'm doing all this. Right? Stay with it. And then another or anchor, amber. I stay with it. I'm not sure what that says. Then I'm cold and stay with it again. Then I don't want the fries. Then smoke weed. Then no, don't smoke weed today. Then the Amazing Race intro music. I was watching that before I did the exposure. Then always try to think about the positives. And then actor, pretend who's choking. Right, there was an image of that I saw. I mentioned that before in my YouTube videos. There's an actor who pretended he was choking. People don't know if he was choking or wasn't choking. He almost died. And maybe he did. He was just joking. But it's one of those thoughts I just had. Image. I mean. Next thought, I will choke because I took too big a bite. Right. Next thought is don't talk to person S. Next thought is black. I'm sorry, that next thought is Black Sabrina. Yeah, Black Sabrina is an image. I don't like this. I don't like this show anymore. I'm gonna stop watching it. It's called The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I liked it in the beginning. I love the intro. It looks so cool, comic-y, but it's dark. It's a dark ass show. It's about witches and warlocks and blood sacrifices and cannibalism. And it even shows the devil, like the statue that Satanists worship. I thought it'd be cool. It'd be like Harry Potter meets, you know, that the Adventures of Sabrina when it was first out with the, I think it was in the 96. But, you know, with the cat Salem. But the cat doesn't even talk in this one. It's just too dark for me. So next thought is, I don't like positive mantras that mean nothing, right? And then stay with it. And then Sabrina is a satanic show. And then Sheikh talking about Islam. And then there are some thoughts and images I missed and did not record. Paper will choke me because when I was writing it, my paper, I thought maybe some of my paper would get on the food and I'd eat it. Same old choking thought. Body or bookbinding will choke me. Same thing, right? Bookbinding or anything will choke me, right? Then I'm using whatever, like yeah, that's what it was. Bookbinding, paper or bookbinding, or both, I think. Placing a pen accidentally on the plate I'm eating from will choke me. Another thought. I'm placing the pen that I accidentally, it hit the plate while I was doing the thoughts. I think that will accidentally choke me. Apologizing to anyone watching for talking. So wait, yeah. So basically, I talked for a bit. I said I apologize because I was writing down my thoughts, and I think I said something. I think I said something Islamic, or I'm not sure what I said, but I said something. I didn't really, and I said to myself in the video you guys saw, I said, I'm sorry, you guys, I don't really like talking a lot when doing my videos, so I apologize. And I wrote that thought down, like, apologize for anyone watching for talking, because I don't really like to talk while I'm eating when doing my exposures. This is why I talk now. This is my talking. So, next thought, stay with it. And then I'm becoming more mindful. I like this a lot. It's really positive. It's basically, I'm becoming more mindful. For about 2 months of doing this, I have this positive thought, I'm becoming more mindful. And I've noticed it slowly. You notice it slowly, like, oh, I'm more mindful of my actions. Or, oh, I'm more mindful of this small thing I've, mentioned here or there. The actions, basically. Well, sometimes I realize, like today, like right now, and I wrote this down. I wrote, I'm becoming more mindful. I realized that I'm becoming more mindful of just me. I'm becoming more mindful. I'm practicing mindfulness more. Next thought is, I don't want God's wrath to descend upon me. With the smoking, the weed, and the cigarettes. I know I'm not even supposed to be talking about it, but I am. I don't want to smoke weed. I don't want to smoke cigarettes. I think I may be addicted to both, so I need to kind of like slowly quit. I think that's kind of one of my goals too. Ration my weed, you know, let it be longer. Even go days without weed if you can, but just ration it. Because if I smoke weed too much, and if I have money, I'm gonna think about always spending it on weed. I'm not gonna actually quit. And there's positives to quitting. For example, you save money, and you know, it's supposed to affect your mental health. So I don't know, you know, but it's definitely saving money is one of them. Next thought, hard work. Sheikh at mosque. Although he said work hard. So there's a sheikh at the mosque where I used to go to, and I spoke to him one time, asked him, and I mean I was just talking to him, you know. He's a very, very, very pious individual. He's always at the mosque reading Quran. He would teach the students, we'd lead the prayer. So he one time noticed I was reading, and he came to me, he's like, you know, you should work hard. You should work hard all the time. And so that was like, what I wrote down that was hard work. He was saying work hard, but I wrote down hard work. Like, almost the inverse of what he was saying. He was saying work hard, but I was saying hard work. Maybe he was thinking about Les Brown, I'm not sure. Then, Nizam, you have to think about the consequences of your actions. Am I the runt of the litter? And then, like, think about the consequences of my actions. Like, I don't really want to be doing this stuff. It's all, smoking weed and smoking cigarettes. Next one is lol, funny. Lol, funny. Something not. I don't know what that is. And then Star Trek scene where Commander Riker says Geordi. I think on the bridge, but I'm not sure. And then some other thoughts I didn't really know, so I just left it blank. I forgot about them, or they came and they left. They weren't really kind of they weren't they're almost like flashes. Maybe they're images. And then exposure and northern exposure. Weird, huh? Northern exposure. That's that Canadian TV show. I don't know what it's about. I think it was also a store. That's Northern Reflections. Okay. So that's that. Finished everything. Did my exposure. Did my thought records. And yeah, so it's basically that. I'm a bit high right now, so I'm gonna just probably just gonna watch the here's my plan for the day. Gonna watch The Amazing Race for about half an hour. Then I'm gonna hop in the shower, right? Brush my teeth, take a shower. Go get some gas, and then go work wherever it's busy. Probably, who knows? Today's NFL Super Sunday, so it's gonna be busy, super busy. And then I come home around 8. You know, spend some time with the family, and then go to sleep maybe around 12, 1. Okay. And I want to make time also before. I'm gonna make time for praying. I'm gonna pray before I leave. So I'm gonna get ready and everything. You know, and before going to Super Bowl Sunday, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do I guess the prayers that are owed from, I guess, Maghrib, Isha, Fajr, and Zuhr, and I'll do those 4. And then what I'll do is I'll do a second Zuhr as well to kind of make up for the Zuhr. I've heard people say you should do 5 of each, and I've also heard some people say you should do 1. So both are good. I'm gonna try to do 5 when I can, but mostly I don't know. I don't want to shut myself short, but I know consistently I can do 1. So that's my video. That's what I'm doing today. That's my thoughts, my exposures, and so remember, guys, stay with it.